Recently, Jeff, Derek, you guys have been arguing about Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. What's that all about?
There's no argument. I need to find out exactly what he said.
I was just going to look for that, Jeff, which is funny, Paul, that you brought this up for us to talk about it. And I immediately thought, let me see exactly what I said in our group text, because we went to the studio, or no, we went to EPCOT a couple weeks ago, just me, Annie, and our son, Connor. And for the first time in a really, really long time, I was able to ride Remy. My wife and son have never done it. We were like, okay, the wait's not bad. It was maybe like 30 minutes. We got off of it, and we loved it.
This is exactly what he texted to our group. So Annie and I took Connor to Epcot as part of the 4-day park ticket we bought me for Father's Day to spend time with him this summer. Hot take. Remy is way better than Mickey's Railway. I said what I said. Annie and Connor have done it. I've never done it before, and they agreed.
That's it.
Okay.
See?
So you're telling me, hold on. You're telling me that the projections in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, the way the car moves and vibrates and dances with each scene differently, is the same as the Universal ride they brought down from Transformers and put in France?
I thought it was incredibly charming. I thought it was charming. I thought the queue was great. I thought the 3D effects were super cool. I just feel like Mickey is just you're just
hallway with wallpaper. That's the queue you're talking about. The hallway with the wallpaper.
I like the big oversized stuff and the big oversized, onions and the 3D and all that. Like it, how they make you feel like you shrunk that. Mickey, you're just going into here we're in one room and now we're going to go in another room and it's gosh we're going to
go through the screen and into the comic.
It's like 4D and you don't even have to wear glasses.
No.
And you have to wear glasses for Remy.
When was the last time you were on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Very crypty over here.
So it's been a minute. And has Connor and Annie ever ridden that ride?
Of course, yeah. And they all agreed with me. Which is why I texted you and said Annie and Connor agreed with me. And again, I want to stress, I'm not saying you want to wait like an hour for it, or 45 minutes, or hell, even maybe 20 for either of those rides. I do not feel like Mickey and Minnie is worth like an hour and a half wait. Remy, definitely not worth it. But if I walk by Remy and I could walk on in like 10, 15 minutes, do a great ride, then go get a baguette with some cheese, that's a perfect way to start the day.
Yeah.
That's it.
Welcome to the DVC show, folks.
Connor wrote me and slid this under the door. He said, please argue about Remy with Jeff.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the DVC Show. I am your host, Paul Krieger, joined as always by my lovely wife, Amy Krieger.
Hello.
We have the one, the only, the guy that I don't know that we can trust anything he says anymore, Derek DeBoer.
I feel like I have to not wear this shirt because I just badmouthed Mickey's Maui Express party, and now I feel like I shouldn't be having this shirt on. Hey now, welcome home, everybody.
The Honorable Jeff Haslam. No.
I'm so stressed. I even brought this to Lauren and Amy's attention while we were waiting for Test Track, and the look on their face was priceless. They just couldn't comprehend the sheer audacity and false fake.
There's actually a video of that somewhere too.
There is.
Yeah, you actually filmed it and put it on video and sent it. Yeah. Even for Lauren to give that kind of shocked look, quizzical, like, no.
Let us know in the comments how wrong Derek is.
Yeah. Let us know why it's a no-brainer that Remy is better.
Well, welcome to this week's episode of the DVC Show. It's going to be a doozy because what I can tell you is that this has been fun so far, but none of us actually know what we're going to discuss except for this lady right here. Because will you, and I need this for the thumbnail, will you give the camera like a very like quizzical and yet kind of like, yeah. You gotta like hold it. You gotta hold it for me for like at least like a couple seconds. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Amy's random thoughts and random questions as a result of that. If anyone really goes back in time for a DVC fan, your start with DVC fan community was putting up these posts in the Facebook group, and they were in Amy's random thoughts, and then Jeff Haslam, you took off and ran with it as well. You kind of had your random thoughts also, but you had some doozies.
That was a long time ago. Wow,
and, it's great to get
doing them too, actually. But when you're not in the parks for a week at a time,
right?
Amy knows this. It's harder to be funny in short periods of time. So.
Very true.
But I told you need to bring some of those back because they were doozies.
Maybe Jeff can work on some.
We should tag team it sometime.
There you go.
Could do
Amy
that.
and Jeff's random thought. That's scary. Being both heads at the same time.
God, like a superpowers uniting.
So anyhow, we don't really know what she's going to ask us. We have an idea it's going to be about Disney and DVC. I think that's about the most information that we've been given. Derek's nervous because Annie's not in the room to give him any tips. He's going to run off
excited for a show than this one. I think I don't know why. When Amy takes charge, it's a whole different ballgame, and I love it.
Yeah. So it should be fun. None of us really know what to expect or where we're going with the questions. Before we get into it, this and all of our DVC fan content is brought to you by the World of DVC, DVC resale market, where if you still trust Derek or if you want to work with another agent, we completely understand at this point. Head to the DVC resale market where you can buy or sell a Disney Vacation Club contract. Monera Financial, where you can finance that DVC resale contract purchase. The DVC rental store, where you can try before you buy, rent some points, or rent out your own points for cash. And Unlocked Magic, where you can get discounted Walt Disney World or Universal tickets, as well as 10% off of specialty party tickets like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party or the Halloween Party, Jollywood Nights. Unlockedmagic.com/DVC fan. Thank you all for continuing to show love for our amazing sponsors of this show. And with that, and without further ado, take us into your brain.
Okay, so I was really excited for these questions, and I have 14, so we'll probably...
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a two-parter. Add it to the list, Jeff. Add it to the list.
I could have probably add more, but I'm going to... I said this before, and I was like, I don't really like calling on people. I just like asking the question, so I'll make Paul do all that. And someone said, well, you were a teacher. There's a difference between like your peers, you know what I mean, and middle school kids. But
there is
Derek,
definitely...
we should have brought spitwads to throw at her.
I was just going to say, I'm just waiting for Amy to go, will you clowns knock it off?
The maturity of us is definitely not above, I think, middle school kids. So you can definitely talk to us like a middle school child.
Thank you, Derek.
We have to turn the lights on and off to get our attention here in a minute.
Okay, I'm going to start with one that Paul almost stole. I had to stop you from asking this question on a different show. But if you could pick a country to be added as a World Showcase Pavilion, what would it be? And you have to tell me, what are you visualizing when you think of this country being added? What do you see being part of that pavilion?
I know what Derek's going to say, so I'm going to pick a different one.
I think I know what Derek's going to say.
Derek's just going to say France 2.0.
No, he's not. I know.
With extra Remy's. That's going to be the answer to that question.
I know you need like a thinking second. When I taught middle school kids, one of the things we had to do was give them what's called wait time. So you had to pause.
Well, in the podcast world, wait time is when they turn us off. So we don't want to leave too much wait time. I edit out a lot of wait time from our ramblings sometimes from the show. Jeff, you got something that's come to mind so far?
Yeah, sorry. The dogs just heard thunder, so they just went crazy. Sorry if we just broke everybody's eardrums.
Didn't hear a thing.
Okay, good. I'm going to say, because I know what Derek's going to say because he's said it many times. He's on record here. But I'm going to say Brazil. I think a Brazil pavilion at Epcot would be amazing. A Brazilian steakhouse where they bring meat on a stick and the cheesy, yummy bread and the salad bar. Think Rodizio Grill or Tucanos if they're in your neck of the woods. Along with like an Amazon river raft, boat ride, rapid, thrilly kind of a like Jurassic Park, but better, kind of a thing. And then just, those colorful buildings. And I think Brazil would be a no-brainer.
Okay. I love it. And Brazilian cheese bread, please.
Yes, that's what I meant. The yummy
Yeah.
cheesiness is Brazilian cheese bread for sure.
I'm going to go to where I've always said I would love another pavilion, and that would be Australia.
Oh, okay. I
Absolutely.
thought you were gonna pick mine. I'm glad you didn't.
No, didn't pick yours for once. I would definitely say Australia. It's been kind of my bucket list country since I was a kid. I love how the EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival, which is actually starting very soon, it kind of inspires you for some other countries. Is this your pick?
I love how you were flapping your arms and he thought like you were trying to pet him.
My Spanish, is that going to be your pick?
Yes, but we'll
Oh,
get to that in a minute.
That would have been a good pick too. Okay. But yeah, no, Australia's always been that bucket list country for me growing up. I've always wanted to go there. And as I was mentioning, Epcot Food and Wine Festival, you get to have a small taste of some of these countries that are not a part of the global showcase. And so I would definitely say Australia. A ride would be, I don't know, like the kangaroo coaster. That's all that I can really picture.
Wow. Attack of the Sandworms.
Unless you want it to be if you want it to be a dark ride, it's going to be like the attack of the giant spiders and sandworms. So it could be like a remake, Bugs Life 2.0. Did they do it? Bugs Life 2?
No.
No, never done that. Missed opportunity. That was a classic.
Agreed. I love the idea of Australia. I just wish that they would add it to Animal Kingdom as a whole land, like Asia and Africa.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Give it the room that it needs. But I love the idea. And barbecue or like good steak, like bringing it out back in.
not out
I'm
back.
just kidding.
The bloomin' onion.
Shout out to that we've met. There's a family that we've met a couple times on property recently, and we actually just saw them most recently at Vero Beach. But they're from overseas, and they came here on vacation. They're here for like 3 weeks, spending time with us, or not spending time with us, but spending time. It's their welcome home trip. But we've seen them twice now. We saw them at Topolino's at the Riviera,
And at Vero Beach.
and at Vero Beach. But I now follow them on Instagram, and they went to Outback Steakhouse for dinner the other night. And I do have follow-up questions. Do you really just love Outback Steakhouse that much? If not, and you just stumbled upon it, I'm sorry. Like, I mean, we do have better steaks than that here in the US.
Oh my gosh. I hope they comment on this video.
I'm sure they will.
Derek,
They
is
love
yours
us.
what Jeff and I think it's going to be?
I was kind of freaking out because when you all instantly said, "Oh, I know what Derek's going to pick," I didn't know what I picked. Right, so easy for everyone to think. But then I thought, are we talking about like the resort? And that's what when we did the whole build your own resort.
That's what we
idea.
were probably thinking of. Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Which, if that's the case, then that's exactly would be my pick. Would be Greece.
Yep.
So I think Greece. Obviously, for a hotel, I've talked a lot about that. But I think a Greece area in Epcot would be fantastic. You've got, mountains. You make it look like Santorini. You have the natural tie-in of Hercules. So some kind of a Hercules ride is an absolute.
That's a good one.
no-brainer. Great restaurant ideas, everything else. So for me, it would be a no-brainer. It would be Greece, 100%.
Yeah, and that's
All
a
right.
good choice. That would be my second choice. I just didn't want to steal your thunder.
I knew that was it.
And then I kept thinking too, like, oh, I know. God, I love when I was on a Disney cruise when we went to Norway. I'm going to go with Norway. And then I went, oh, crap, we already have a Norway. And I was like, no, okay. Well, what about
Really would I
Oh my
really wish
goodness.
you would have picked Norway now.
I literally went through like 4 countries and I was like, crap, we already have that. God, what am I going to go with? So yeah, Greece.
Mine would be Spain, and what I envision is something like a mini Barcelona, mosaic tile, tapas restaurant, that type of thing. I can't think of any Disney IP. Correct me if you can think of any off the top of my head, but tapas, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh.
okay, I gotta see. This is why I like papers, but then I shuffle them. I always have to turn my phone back on. All right, question number 2. Actually got this idea from Jeff at one point when he mentioned something in a vlog, I think.
He's the brains behind this show.
Pick a new song for Cosmic Rewind.
Ooh.
Oh, God. That's a good one.
So while you're thinking, I will say that I went through actual music, and for me Cosmic Rewind is all about the classic rock. That's the whole Guardians of the Galaxy. But if you pick a song that's not fast enough, like Tears for Fears song that's on there now, even though that's a great song, it makes the ride feel slower.
I would still go to that is they chose the worst part of the song for the ride, honestly.
Agreed. Yes, agreed.
Okay. But when I was listening to songs, so one of the first songs that I thought of was Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper. And it was actually slower than I thought when I listened to it and tried to envision the coaster. I don't know. So
yeah, I agree.
Does it have to tie into the theming completely, or can I just choose like any song that I'd like to jam out on?
I mean, I wouldn't say the Christmas thing tied into any of that theme.
Yeah, are we going to like Rip Ride Rocket territory where I could just choose any kind of?
No, you get random. You get what you get, but you got to pick a new song to add to the rotation.
Okay.
Let me go first.
Okay.
Because absolute no brainer.
Yeah?
Said it.
It's the Remy soundtrack.
Take a drink.
Just imagine you're on the ride, right? You've gone through, you're getting ready. Boom, that big blast hears, and then you start to hear thunder.
Okay.
Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Boom.
If you hadn't gotten to the main chorus, we would have needed that. We would have needed that.
It's not a bad choice once you got there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey,
Plus,
wait.
my Amy and Tatum would be doing the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders dance that they do at the end of that song on the ride.
Wait, I've been waiting to do this. Hey, Derek, what'd you do with that money?
Oh, God. Do you have to stretch it out 8 minutes like Panda did?
Yes, please.
What are you talking about?
If you didn't watch our show a couple weeks ago, you won't get that joke. But go back in time, watch our best of Disney and DVC show. I think it was.
All right, Paul. What's your song?
Okay, only this is mainly because it's been in my head a lot recently. Because we just finished watching an amazing 2-part documentary on HBO for the guy. We Didn't Start the Fire. Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, that's a good choice.
I think it has the speed behind it, and I think it it gives like a great overview of everything that's happened.
Okay.
In the past 100 years or so. But
That's a good one.
I'm a big Billy Joel fan. If anyone doesn't know that, I've seen him live multiple times and watch his documentary. Shut our show off right now. Go watch the 2-part documentary.
Maybe
I'm trying to remember how does that song start though? Like I'm trying to. That's it. Okay.
Fun fact: if you ever get a couple of drinks in me and take me karaoke, I can do that whole song without looking at the words.
No way.
Can we duet it?
Yes, we absolutely should.
Perfect.
Paul only knows like every 5th word, so he'll just shout those in the chorus.
Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South. Anyway,
Joe DiMaggio.
I would have to say for mine, I had a few in my mind. Like the Final Countdown would be cool. Eye of the Tiger would be cool.
What was the second one you said?
Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. Okay. Survivor.
But
Europe. Got it.
In memory, God rest his soul, Ozzy. I think Crazy Train.
Oh, that's a good one.
Choice.
Yeah.
Good one.
All aboard. And then take off.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I feel like my choices aren't as good as your guys' is. Okay. So I picked 2. We need some female representation. So Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
That's a good one.
But that one is also on the other Guardians ride, isn't it? It's on Mission Breakout. Yeah. But for some reason, I can't get this song out of my head thinking about that coaster. And it has nothing to do with the theming of the ride or anything, but Working for the Weekend by Loverboy. I don't know why.
Not what I was picking. I was picturing like mana mana.
I tried to think of a Styx song because Styx is my favorite, but I couldn't come up with one that I thought was fast enough. All right.
Oh, I have one. Sorry, I just realized it, and I just went through the whole ride in my head to "Nothing But a Good Time" by Poison. would be perfect.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
The way it starts, it's perfect, and you go, oh, that'd be really good. I'm going to throw that on the Remy ride, and it's going to be.
I hope that Disney listens to this show in some capacity. I know people are convinced that they do. I swear they don't.
Wait, what just happened that we've been telling them we wanted to happen forever? Something just happened.
I don't remember.
Oh,
it wasn't.
It's driving me crazy now.
But I think the big thing that, like, this is such an easy win for that ride. Like, it would just inject so much more life into it. Every year, have the new, like, remix soundtrack. Like, that's at the heart of Guardians of the Galaxy. And so it would just make so much sense.
I remember what it is. It's that they're bringing back the Chefs de France thing at the festival. And I've said that on the show so many times. They're probably not listening to me, but that's it happened. It's happening.
No, Chefs de France just needs the money because no one's eaten there but Jeff in the past 6 years.
Yeah, there will be a dining review coming out shortly. That I went there with Corey Riley and his family. He's one of the moderators in our group. It was the worst food I've ever put in my mouth at Disney.
That's disappointing.
Oh,
look forward to seeing the review. All right, so on the food topic. Name one dish that is no longer served by a Disney restaurant that you want brought back.
Oh, done.
Well, what is it, Derek?
Okay. Well, I was just waiting for you to call on me. I'm going with the original queso fundido in the Mexican restaurant right by the Mexican boat ride when they used to serve it. And I've talked about this on the show a couple times. They used to come to your table. They used to make it together with the flour tortillas, make individual ones with the most perfect fundito that I've always said, my God, if I ever wind up on death row for some horrible reason, I wanted that to be my very last meal. They don't do it anymore. They serve, technically, yes, they still serve the fundito, but anybody out there that remembers the original when they used to do it tableside, back before they, put tables 1 inch apart from each other, so the servers have nowhere to stand to actually make it. That's probably why they had to get rid of it. But yeah, the original fundito on the Mexican boat ride restaurant. That's it.
All right. Jeff and Paul look deep in thought. Are you guys still thinking?
Yeah, I'm definitely still thinking.
Okay, I have one.
Go ahead, Amy.
Okay, I have two. I really miss the shrimp po' boy from Olivia's Cafe at Old Key West. It was very good. It was on the lunch menu. I'm sad they got rid of it. But one that I loved so much that I feel like a lot of people loved was a side dish at Sanaa. It was the cilantro coconut vegetables, and it was so good. And
weren't you just raving about these in another show?
I've talked about these so many times. I'm just going to keep doing it so that they bring them back.
I knew one of them had to be a sandwich for you, Amy.
Oh, I was thinking about that boardwalk sandwich, but I've lost all hope. They had that thing for a couple months and it was so good. Yeah, I haven't even brought that up.
I just had someone the other day message me and say, like, why do you guys talk about sandwiches so much? Like, what's Amy's fascination with sandwiches?
Who doesn't love a sandwich? Meat, good. Bread, good. Cheese, good. Sauce, good.
Oh my God.
Like,
you just sounded like Homer Simpson right then.
Put it together.
Yeah, it's like every food group put together.
I know. Well, Derek
slices of bread.
Derek sent me the other day that is it Publix is bringing back their holiday their turkey one. I looked at it, but it doesn't have any stuffing on it.
I know.
The stuffing is what makes the.
Isn't it your uncle that won't eat a sandwich?
Yes, my uncle does not eat sandwiches at all.
He refuses.
Period.
Anything
Weird.
between two pieces of bread. He also hates cheese unless it's on pizza.
Jeff, what you got?
He's like, how do I follow that?
I'm going to say the lasagna at Trattoria Al Forno. They still have lasagna on the menu, but it is a shell of its former self. It used to be like this tower, and it was really pretty, and it wasn't like your traditional lasagna. Had all the ingredients, but it was done in such a way that it made it different, and it was very, very good. Now their lasagna just, I don't know, it just looks like it comes out of a pan like anybody else's. I don't get attached to food as much, so...
I do.
No.
I get attached to food I've never even seen before. Like the breakfast calzone they used to have at Trattoria. I've never had it, but I've seen so many pictures of it, and I'm sad that it's gone.
I was kind of surprised that your answer wasn't the Pecos Bills toppings bar.
I feel like I'm the reason it's gone.
I do have an honorable mention, and it's not really a food that's missing, but when you used to book the character breakfast at Topolino's, you could order something and then basically try everything else on the menu.
Yeah, we just talked
They
about
don't
that.
do that anymore, which is a bummer.
We just did a Topolino's breakfast review, so
Topolino's was in my head for part of this discussion because I would say their entire dinner menu from when they first opened, like they were doing some great things when they first opened, but then it all just got just completely changed as a result of the pandemic. And I just feel like a lot of the really cool things that they were doing there are gone. Mine's going to be dumb, but the thing that keeps coming to mind is the seafood tower that we had at Fulton's. It was like one of the...
It's hard to bring something back when the whole restaurant's gone.
But it was like, I don't know, like that was just that cool thing. I think part of it though is also because like at the time we also were on a very tight budget, but we were on the Disney dining plan.
You could use both.
So
your
like when we heard that we could use both of our appetizers credits for like a seafood tower, I was just like, that's like the thing I never get because it's like $1 jillion. Like,
right. Which now you would never be able to do that.
Yeah.
We never buy seafood towers because they're always crazy priced.
2 honorable mentions for me would be also, it's still on the menu, but it's now called like a dip duo at the Boathouse rather than just the pimento cheese. I always just ask if they can do all pimento cheese dip, and they do, so that's great. So that's not really anything that's gone away. I'm just killing myself here. I'm terrible. Last but not least, brunch at California Grill. Oh my
goodness, please. Yeah.
Brunch at California Grill. It was just fantastic.
I don't even care what you serve. Just
like,
yeah,
fantastic experience.
Yeah.
And
it was so good.
We took our moms there one time.
Yep. Loved it.
They got like a little jazz band playing some Remy's Ratatouille adventure music.
All right. This is more for you guys, but I just thought it was funny. So, well, I don't know how long it's been, but we went to the Windermere Brewery with Derek at one point, and like everyone was at one end of the table talking, and Jeff and I were at one end of the table, and we were going through our like iTunes, and we were asking each other dumb questions. It was like, okay, Jeff, what is the most embarrassing song in your iTunes, or what is the oldest song, and it was funny. So that's where I got this one from. So what is the most listened to Disney song or album on your iTunes, your wherever you use for music?
Oh, it's definitely the Fantasmic soundtrack. Yeah, I back when I could do tech stuff when I was younger, like last year, I had it set up. I could tap my Magic Band to my phone, and it would play the Fantasmic opening song.
So, all right. Do you do like the wave, the stuff? I think that's the YMCA. What it looks like.
It was a good try. Where do you even find like your most listened to?
I don't know. I just like, what do you remember you listen to a lot? You know what I mean? I like, for example, I used to listen to the Power Line Goofy movie songs, and I used to listen to those back before they came back into popularity. The Eye to Eye, and yeah.
I've never even seen that movie ever.
Wow.
A Goofy
I listen
movie.
to more often than not. I listen to a lot of the nighttime spectaculars. So like in just kind of scrolling through, one of the most recent Disney things is one of the most recent things is How to Train Your Dragon, because Amy and I are obsessed. But like Wondrous Journeys from Disneyland, like that's one of the first things that I came to when I just looked through like most recently played stuff in terms of like Disney. I love, since we talked Guardians of the Galaxy, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy mixes. The Volume 1 and Volume 2. Just there's some great music on all of those. So I think I listen to those more often than not.
Derek, you listen to any Disney tunes?
No, I mean, maybe we'll put on like a mix when we go to the parks, like, to kind of amp ourselves up. But I'm thinking of in terms of like songs, like it probably, because we got married at the Wedding Pavilion in '96, and they put together our wedding video, and it had 2 songs on it. So it was all like, done via montage of us walking down the aisle and all that. And it was probably that the opening Lion King song, the like that will always make me happy. Like that song will always make me happy, not just because it was in my wedding video that we've seen 1,000 times, but I feel like that is just such a happy, perfect Disney song. Like it gets you perfectly pixie dusted. So yeah, Circle of Life, the original one. I'm sure they like redid it with like Beyonce or something for that live action version, but
that would be. I would go that direction too, though. I would say like anything that's been a Disney musical. I've listened to a lot of the Hunchback.
Oh, that's one of the most underrated soundtracks.
Musical soundtrack is just.
That's the different question. So what's the best Disney soundtrack versus what's like the most listened to one that I probably have? The best, you guys summed it up perfectly. The most overrated, not only Disney animated movie, but in terms of music throughout the whole thing, Hunchback of Notre Dame. That movie is.
I think he meant to say underrated, but.
Oh yeah, what did I say? Overrated?
Yeah, you said overrated. Hunchback is severely overrated. Yeah.
No, underrated. Mickey's Railway, overrated. Hunchback, underrated.
All right.
I would add Newsies to that list. Newsies is such a great soundtrack.
This will really, if we're talking just like embarrassing stuff that people listen to, I listen to an embarrassing amount of Barbershop Quartet. So much so I put Amy to sleep some nights listening to like Barbershop, like the Barbershop Harmony Society, like when they do their national championships. But anyhow, they do a quartet championship, but they also do a choir championship. And it was Westminster chorus, which, fun fact, a lot of people that are in either Voices of Liberty or that are performing in some nature, like Dapper Dan's, a lot of them have been members of Westminster chorus at times, but they also do a choral competition. They did Newsies one year, did a selection from Newsies, and it was just blew your socks off. So sorry for that little derailment, but
our head nerd, ladies and gentlemen.
And by the way, Jeff's most embarrassing music was, I think, the Aqua group that did Barbie Girl, but I had the same thing on my iTunes, so I can't really say anything about it.
Long lost siblings right there.
And don't sleep on the World of DVC theme song. That's beautiful.
That is a sleeper hit for sure.
Of DVC.
Somewhere in the top million.
And don't forget the banger that is the DVC fan music as well.
Someone else used that because it is like
it's like royalty free music.
It's not royalty free. You do have to pay for it. It's on one of your, like, you can pay.
You pay a subscription. Yeah.
Pay a subscription to have access to music, but someone else used it for some advertising campaign or something, and someone sent it to me one time, and I was like, yeah, that's not that. We didn't have that custom made. That's no thing. No,
we don't have that kind of money.
Just found it. It's a banger, so we went with it.
All right. What is a Disney IP that you don't see enough on property? How would you like to see it included?
I'll go first. It's WALL-E. WALL-E's the answer. I think you could do a great overlay for Space Mountain with WALL-E. Have him kind of floating by. Why they've not really embraced projection mapping inside Space Mountain yet, I don't really know. I think you could do a lot there. Also, just put him on the People Mover. Just make it a very subtle addition to a ride that will be there forever. That's great. I was really scared a few years ago when, I want to say it was Festival of the Arts, they like hid different characters in different places, and they hid WALL-E near Mission Space. Now, you can move him as far away from Mission Space as humanly possible. I understand it's a space movie, but that ride is garbage. Thank you. I'm done.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay. Inside Out is an underutilized property. They just need to take Figment and Inside Out it up and call it a day. I know the Purple Dragon fans are going to come at me, but the whole Imagination Pavilion just needs to be Inside Out. However, I know that Aladdin is all over the parks as far as like character meet and greets, and they have the weird Dumbo ride in Adventureland. But how we don't have a roller coaster through the Cave of Wonders at this point is just It hurts my heart because you look at the Mummy at Universal, it could be the exact same attraction and would be amazing. So that's my honorable mention.
I would wear my Aladdin hammer pants on that ride for sure.
I would pay to see that.
Oh, Derek, what you got?
Oh, Elio, hands down. Hands down. No, I'm
He's
kidding.
being. Oh, I thought he was being serious.
There was no way. There was
No
no
one's
way
seen
he was being serious.
Nobody's seen that movie. No one's seen it. I'm going with Paul, 1,000%. The fact that WALL-E, which is such an amazing, perfect movie, not just animated, not just Pixar, just a perfect movie from start to finish, doesn't have any sort of representation in the parks is beyond me. And then also, Jeff is 1,000% correct. Every time I walk by the Journey into Imagination Pavilion and I look and I go, I cannot believe it is still there. I just can't believe that there's people that maybe, that very well could be, for whatever reason, it's their first trip to Disney, and maybe this is their first day in a Disney theme park, and God help them if that's their first Disney ride that they go on, is Journey into Imagination, and they think this is what this little purple dragon is all over. That ride is complete garbage. That whole place needs to be completely redone to inside out. It's criminal. The fact that Walt Disney Company, Walt Disney World, known on, like, what you think of when you think of Walt Disney is the power of imagination. That's a whole pavilion called Imagination. And that is the piece of hot garbage ride that we've had for 20 to 30 years is unbelievable to me.
Do you find it funny that they got rid of Muppets first before they touched that ride?
I do find, I'm not sure funny is the word I use, but I do think it's criminal.
Like, of all the IPs that you could have taken away first, like, there's countless videos going around. Again, there would be pitchforks in the street on this one, but Carousel of Progress. But you're seeing the videos come out right now of that ride breaking down left and right. Like, I got
bad news. If you look at the rumor mill about Carousel of Progress, I was reading an article. I can't remember who wrote it, but it wasn't one of these clickbait sites. It was a reputable source. That says the motor that turns that building, they started out with 6 and they're down to 1, and they don't know how to fix it. Like, I think Carousel Progress's days are numbered.
But again, it's like you could have taken those rides before you took Muppets. Like, and there, I don't think there would have been as much riding. But
yeah.
All right, I don't really have a good answer for that one because I feel the same about WALL-E. So. Okay, how about who is the next celebrity you would like to narrate the Candlelight Processional?
Oh, I thought you were going to say narrate Spaceship Earth.
Oh, no. Candlelight Processional.
That's also a good question.
That would be a good one, too.
Good question. I feel like we're on Family Feud and we got to, like, clap for each other. Good answer.
Mine is Morgan Freeman because his voice, I feel like, is iconic. And I can never see what's going on there at the Candlelight Processional anyway, so I just want to hear... we always end up in the back, so I just want to hear a cool voice.
Yeah.
I would have said James Earl Jones too, because he's Darth Vader, but didn't he die?
He did die. He's done it though. I'm pretty sure he's done it.
He has?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I'll Google that in the meantime. I'm going to choose Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso.
Oh,
okay.
Kind of a deep dive there, but I think
that's a good one. I'm gonna go Matthew McConaughey. I just think
all right.
I just think it'd be fun to listen to. I think some of the stuff he'd say, like, they always do a little banter, like when they get started or at the end, just to kind of introduce themselves. But if anyone's read his book Green Lights, he is a very, inspiring person to listen to and has a lot of good life stories. So I just feel like Matthew McConaughey.
Amy, James Earl Jones did it throughout the early 90s.
Oh, I wonder if there's any videos. I don't know if there were video cameras then.
They did, but you had to put them on your shoulder. And
I know. Oh my goodness.
Derek, anything come to mind?
I don't know. I just was Googling in my phone and I typed in the words, famous narrators, and it came up with like a bunch of different names, and most of them I don't know who they are. But sure, I mean, let's get Meryl Streep. Oh, you know what? Here's one that I'm sure people would love, which, again, not my cup of tea, but Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh my gosh,
I think
that's first of all, he did the Disneyland one once.
That is a wild choice right there.
That he's my favorite.
Yeah, if we want to stick into that realm, we could also throw like Robert Downey Jr. Into the mix.
I feel like he's a little too. They're all a little. Robert Downey's a little too famous. I feel like, but so is Morgan Freeman probably.
But for Disneyland always gets
Disneyland gets the best.
Person.
But you also can't get into Disneyland.
They got Chris Pratt recently.
How about that English guy that does the voice of Galactus in the new Final Four? Fantastic Four, Final Four.
I have no idea who that is.
I don't know who that is. I just saw that movie and I don't know who it is. I went on Sunday.
Oh, I don't feel so bad then.
Give us a rating, 1 out of 10.
I liked it. It's not as good as Phase 1. Nothing is ever going to be as good as Phase 1, but no. I can see them setting this up for the future, and I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it was good.
I was most excited, Jeff, to read that. I think someone said why it was a success, and it said one of the reasons was because you didn't have to do your Marvel homework before you saw this. That's why I zoned out of those movies years ago, because I was like, well, I didn't watch the 8-part Sam Jackson miniseries on Disney Plus, so therefore I'm going to be thoroughly confused because I never saw the Eternals or Mrs. Hulk or whatever it is. This way, they said you can go see this without having any other knowledge of anything else. So that's what I'm excited about.
That is true. Yep.
Yeah.
New starting point. Next question.
Right. I feel like I know Paul's answer to this one, but
I'm gonna have you. Right. I'm gonna have you.
There's no other options. A Spirit jersey or Roosevelt's theme you would buy immediately. How to Train Your Dragon for Paul.
100%. They couldn't make enough shirts. I would buy every single. It's like when the Wally collection launched. I bought all but one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It doesn't have to be Disney specific. Obviously, his was not. But
But speaking of How to Train Your Dragon, hold on. Keep talking.
Non-Disney, I would say something the Beatles, Yellow Submarine, something like that would be cool. Disney though, I just watched this movie with some friends that had never seen it, and it is such a deep dive. Nobody watches it anymore, but it's a shame because it's so good. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is such a good movie.
Oh yeah.
That would be.
We had a friend that recently gifted us this little poster that came from like one of the premiere events locally for How to Train Dragon. It's like just a little poster. So it's going to sit back here now. And once I build my toothless Lego, it's going to sit with toothless Lego. I also just want to say, I know I've derailed us fully now, but I am aware of the new Wally and Eve Lego. I will be buying it, and you will see it on one of these shelves come fall.
Everybody keeps sending it to him. It's so funny. Derek?
And Super Mario Brothers. Sorry.
Super Mario Brothers would be a good one. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, I love my Roosevelts. I got one on right now. As a matter of fact, there's nothing better in this life, and Amy can attest, than a Roosevelt's hoodie. It's made of some fabric by the gods that I don't know what it is, but it's so soft, and you could sleep in it, eat in it, do everything in it. I'm excited because apparently tomorrow is a Lord of the Rings collection is coming out from Roosevelt. So I don't know exactly what's going to be on that, but I love Lord of the Rings. I love everything about it. So I'm excited to see what they do. Hopefully it's some cool designs. Sometimes they can just like take like a main character and just pixelate it small, and they put like 1,000 of them on a shirt, and that's what they call a brand new shirt. But I'm hoping that maybe there's some cool designs. And Disney-wise, again, I got to go back to Hunchback. I just can't believe there's nothing Hunchback. There's so many great characters and so many great scenes and so many more like iconic, beautiful shots in that movie that I'm not saying you got to slap Quasimodo right on the front of my shirt, but I'm saying, there's other things that you could do that people that love that movie would be able to show their love. And Ted Lasso, anything Ted Lasso. I'm so glad that Jeff brought that up. My family, me, Connor, and Annie, we were late to the Ted Lasso train, but my God, it is easily probably the best series I've ever seen of TV my whole entire life. And I'm not overestimating, because I think everything about that show is perfect. Don't let it scare you away if you don't like soccer or you don't like football, whatever it is. It is so much more than that. That show was just amazing. All right, done.
Did you see that Mumford and Sons, who wrote the theme song, had the
Yeah.
cast up last weekend?
In Kansas City. I know.
And for them, that was cool.
I was just kind of, because we just finished the last one, and they made that show and created it with 3 seasons in mind. So when you watch the last episode that this was it. That's why the tears that these characters and these people were crying, like saying goodbye to each other, were 100% real, because it was made with 3 seasons in mind. Then, of course, it became a huge phenomenon, and years later, they somehow got creative enough when buckets of money are shoveled and you to come up with another season.
You can get creative with enough money thrown in your direction. So
creative, but yeah.
What's next
That's
on the Amy Krieger mind list?
All right.
Did you have an answer to that?
No, it would be How to Train Your Dragon. We have a lot of similar tastes.
Oh,
So
we must have gotten married for a reason.
I like
You guys should get
Toothless.
married.
If you had to choose a character mascot for your 2 favorite Disney resorts, who would it be? What are the resorts? I'll go while you think about that, though, because I've thought about this.
Because I don't understand the question.
Okay, I'll give you my example. So you have to pick a character mascot for your favorite 2 resorts. So one of my favorite resorts is the Boardwalk. So when I think of the Boardwalk and I think of all the Disney characters that are out there, I think Dumbo is like the best character to portray that resort.
Okay.
So
I get it.
and
What
then,
if your resort already has like I love Vero Beach. They got a turtle. I don't know any Disney movies with a turtle in it. I mean, right? I mean, that's,
Finding Nemo.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Disney movies with
that's
turtles.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Crush.
Yeah. Okay. I think it already is Crush. So yeah, that would be mine.
I said 2 favorites, so you could have another one.
Coronado Springs, Dante from Coco.
The dog, right?
The dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I can't come up with one for Bay Lake Tower. It's making me
I always think of Wally when I think of Bay Lake. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, Contemporary went with Incredibles theme.
Yeah, I don't like The Incredibles.
It's got to be like, whatever it is, it's going to be like futuristic.
Yeah.
So probably Elio, I guess. So it's so popular.
And even the Poly has Lilo and Stitch, and it's got Moana. So it's got like yeah.
What do you think of when you think of the Grand Floridian? Do you think of Mary Poppins, or do you think of? Okay.
Mary Poppins. I do. Yeah.
How about Old Key West, Jeff?
That's what I was just thinking of. It would have to be.
Oh.
It would have to be a parrot. Like it would almost. And I know this is the Tiki Room, but you'd have to bring one of those singing birds over to Old Key West. I feel like something.
Could
like
you
that.
do
Or a
Iago
gator,
from
but the
like?
gator goes with Tiana, so that one doesn't really fit.
I feel
that
like
is a hard
Iago would
question,
fit
Amy
in
Krieger.
well. Like
The
Wait,
Middle
what?
Eastern parrot.
no, but just the attitude of Iago would fit in well with what Jeff is trying to portray here. It doesn't matter that he's from Aladdin and from the Middle East, but he got lost and he made it to Key West, and he would fit in very well.
And then he's like, "Why is this bar so small?"
This is exactly what is playing in my head right now. Like this.
Oh my god.
These rooms are huge.
Derek, you're going to be requested to do the voicing for the parrot when they
my
install
gosh.
Olivia's.
Oh,
Right? Is that guy
Just going to heckle the guests that are eating their
what's his
pancakes
name?
for breakfast.
Oh my gosh! What is the voice of Iago? What is that?
Gilbert
Gilbert
Gottfried.
Godfrey. Is he
Gilbert
still
Godfrey.
alive?
No,
No.
he died.
I loved his.
See,
voice.
the theme of this show is
He would have been another Candlelight Processional, because that would just been hilarious.
because he's just screaming at you.
It's
the whole
just his
time.
voice. It's
Right.
just yeah. Okay. Okay, this is another music one.
All right, you got time for 2 more, so pick
All right.
wisely.
What song would you want played on the new Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster, but it has to be sung by the Muppets?
I thought you were going to ask us what song we wanted to play at our funeral. I really thought that's where you were going.
By the way, for me, that would be "Show Me the Way" by Styx. That's what I want played at my funeral. Don't forget it.
It's
Okay, so does anybody remember the version of She Drives Me Crazy that the Muppets did? Do you remember that? There was like a whole music video.
I don't remember that.
Nobody remembers that? Like,
I
she drives
remember the
me
original
crazy.
form.
And then Miss Piggy was like, oh, Oh, I remember seeing that. Someone tell me in the comments that you remember that video. And then they also did, oh my gosh, what was it? Was it Way Down in Kokomo that the Muppets did?
My phone is so thoroughly confused. Like, why do you keep typing?
I don't even like the Muppets, and I remember this stuff.
She drives me crazy. The Muppets. Yeah, I see it right here. I see it from
Totally
2010.
What year?
2010. At least this is on YouTube.
It definitely before 2010. Does he think that he's holding it up to
Yeah, I don't know what he thinks he's doing. I'm just hoping for not getting a copyright strike at this point. Luckily, we didn't even see it or barely hear it, so I think that's.
I'm gonna go.
Good, Jeff.
I'm gonna go Muppets version of "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey.
Oh, that's a real good one.
That was from 94, by the way, Derek. You were just looking at a video on YouTube that was uploaded in 2010.
Oh, that's normally I'm so tech savvy. Interesting. Okay.
I would like to see the Muppets do some version of any boy band hit. So whether it's like "Bye Bye Bye" by NSYNC or any of the or what was the Calculus one?
I know my calculus.
I know my calculus.
It means you plus me. Okay,
Wasn't that Together?
was a fake. Yes, but they were a fake group. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but the best song they ever did was "The Hardest Part of Breaking Up is Getting Back Your Stuff." If you've never listened to that song, it's hilarious.
Like that, adding parody to then a boy band, I feel like is Muppets written all over it. So.
Muppets Gold.
Yeah.
Right there.
Wow. Was that
That's a good
everybody?
one.
I think so. Yeah.
All
Did you go?
No, I just make the questions. I don't.
I don't play the game. I just
That Muppet ride when they redo it is going to be awesome. We just did Rock and Roller Coaster like last weekend. It's time to go. I mean, it's just time.
I agree.
I mean, it needs to go. And I was in there waiting, going through the whole queue, looking around, just to because we know the ride itself is not going to change, right? But so much around it from the time you enter the studios, it's just they have such potential to make it so much better. It's time for Aerosmith.
Is there?
I just really hope they step away from the cardboard cutouts and do.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
something.
Right? Yeah,
showing what they just did with Test Track really shows what a refurb can do, and they need to do something more than just replacing the Hollywood sign.
Yes. All right, last one. You have to live in a DVC resort for 1 year. What resort are you choosing?
Oh,
and why?
That's easy.
Okay, Derek. I don't know. I don't think it's easy. I don't even know.
It's super easy because I don't want to live at Disney World. Like, I don't want to live in a resort where, yes, okay, I could stay at the Polynesian or stay at the Grand, but then there's people coming and going, thousands of people, and all that. I think it'd get old real fast. So get me to Vero Beach. I'd be more than happy.
Okay.
I'd be more than happy to live in Vero, or really close would be Hilton Head. Because again, I'm not talking about like, okay, yeah, you have to live here. Wouldn't it be fun to go to the Magic Kingdom every day and every night you have fireworks? No, that gets old real fast. If you're talking about living, I think either Vero or Hilton Head, 100%, I'd be completely happy being there.
Mine goes to how long I feel like I could share a wall with someone or be that close to other people, which I'm an introvert, so that's hard. So I'm going to go cabins at Fort Wilderness. I want my own cabin.
Okay.
For a whole year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And a golf cart. Just because.
Derek threw me through a loop with Vero because I really like that idea, but I still think I'm going to go with Old Key West. Just because it's more of a neighborhood apartment feel rather than a hotel feel. I don't have to go to the front desk for anything. I can just drive to my little villa. But it has to be 1 bedroom or more. Like, it can't be a studio. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like your idea a little bit, but I think the cabin at Fort Wilderness is a little
too buggy. I know.
A little too buggy, a little too just small.
But you can bring your dogs with you.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of your dogs for a whole year anywhere else you go.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, what's the word I'm looking for? hypothetical is living in a DVC resort for a year. Like, do you think we can do that too? So in my mind, I'm in a grand villa and I've got my dogs and life is amazing. So I'm actually going to pick Saratoga because I don't want to be at a busy resort. So Derek's point was very good. You know what I mean? Like, I thought a cabin at Copper Creek, but you go over to the lobby for things or whatever, and it's kind of always busy. The same for Poly and Grand Floridian, just bonkers over there. Like the public areas are always kind of busy. So Saratoga, people aren't bum rushing it to visit the lobby or anything like that. So it's chill and there's a lot of space to walk. I like going for walks. I like going for runs. So I've got that space, but I'm just close enough that if I want something fun to eat, I can just walk right over to Disney Springs. So I like that. So that's why I didn't pick Old Key West, because I can't. It's way.
You've had a lot more time to go down this hypothetical or whatever you were trying to call it there situation. We've had 5 seconds to think about.
I know.
About
now
our
you live in a swamp.
Yeah.
So
I like my swamp. I got fried chicken right next door whenever I want it. So.
That's all I've got.
Well, we hope you
also
enjoyed
love
Amy's
fried chicken.
random questions. We will do a part 2 of this, but I feel like it's got to be something different. I think it needs to be like Derek's random questions. I would be excited just to see what the questions that
That'd be
Derek
fun,
could come up with for this group. So we will do a part 2 of this, but we're going to step into someone else's mind and see what other random questions they can think of to ask us. But curious as to all your thoughts, as always. Give us your answers in the comments of this video. And as always, if you're listening or watching this show, please like, subscribe. Please leave us a review if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or if you're listening to us on Spotify Podcasts. Tell people why you love the DVC show, why we are the best entertainment on TV or on the airwaves. Waves. I don't know why it came out that way.
I have an ending thought before we go
and
off.
while we're talking about this and wrapping up, also to the people that don't like us and say that we put you to sleep, at least there's something for everybody. We can be your Matthew McConaughey as you go to bed. So
Okay, one ending thought. I kept my mouth quiet, but I actually like Remy better than Mickey's Runaway Railroad. I like baguettes.
See you all next Monday.